so that when it's your turn, you know who to praise and what for. And make sure you get it typed in there so that people actually get their give for that gratitude. I think we can go ahead and at least get started with our praise as people are popping in. I am going to facilitate this call for you all today. Mitch is sharing the stream, so you should see our opening slide. And as I mentioned, be in typing that praise up into the praise channel. I'll go ahead and get started because I did that already. I want to praise Rochelle for getting a great forum post up on the Optimism badge holder options. So be sure to go check that out for Retro PGF. I want to praise Mitch for this epic DAP working group proposal, also recently posted onto the forum. And for my third praise, I'm going to praise Heather for getting my offer letter into my hot little hands. And I'm going to pass it to Franco.
Thank you, Danny. This week I would like to praise Mitch just for taking the lead on the DAP working group, getting the proposal up, managing our treasury, just like getting the conversation started around DevCon, just like basically everything. Mitch, you're awesome. And I like to praise you, Danny, as well for for jumping into leading the community goal second time in a row, huh? I like having you here, Danny. And I like to praise, since I see Juanca that's here, I like to praise Juanca for giving this workshop on gravity in the Optimism Discord server. I was there the other day. It was really great listening to you. And and I'll pass it over to Alman.
Thanks, Franco. I want to praise Survi for all the hard work that he's been putting into the Giveth marketing proposal. It has been really, really great. I want to praise Keshav as well because he's doing great videos for Giveth and really upgrading our visual materials and content. And I want to praise the social media team, Algene, C, Lauren, for coordinating, creating content, and just working as a team on something that was really a one-man job. Now we're a full team doing this, so it's great. And I'll pass it back to you, Mitch, because I just joined and I don't know who's missing.
I'll take that and pass it over to Jake.
Ooh, sorry, Mitch, but don't worry. You're my first praise. I got a case of the M's today. One would be Mitch. What a man crush Thursday, I guess it is. I gave Mitch a bunch of different praises, from taking on governance to now being the governor of Giveth, and Solana, to being super fluid with the super fluid grant. So much I can praise Mitch for. Secondly, I want to go ahead and call him my Giveth of M&Ms, the Cow Swap crew, Marco, Mary Jaff, Monique, and Mateo, for getting that across the finish line. That is over to Cow Swap, which is really, really cool to see that fork in action, hopefully soon. And lastly will be for Shell, even though it starts with an F. She's been moving the KYC for OP along. And now that we can say we have that hopefully in our wallet, Mitch will probably update that later on. But those are the case of the M's for me. And let me pass it along to Wonka.
Thank you, Jake. Yeah, I would also like to praise Danny for leading this call. I would like to praise also Ashley for thinking on coming on to Colombia and having fun together. I would also like to praise you, Jake, for the amazing calls you're hosting on Mondays. I feel really welcome there, and I think that it's super interesting every time. And yeah, I'll pass it to Mitch. Do you go, Mitch? Yeah, I think I won't pass it to you. So I'll pass it to Lauren.
No, I didn't go. I didn't go.
No. Oh, sorry.
No
Then I'll
problem.
pass it to you.
I want to praise to Ali Reza and Ramin, who've been just crushing issues on the Giveth front end. Like, I just make the stuff, I type it, I'm like, do this, and then like they finish it in like hours. And then Mary Jaff just comes and does like such a great job of just like testing it. So I really appreciate their enthusiasm in like improving things on Giveth. I want to praise Monique for being a really great help with everything with transitioning the DApp working group and kind of upping its game. Helping me just follow up on issues with testers and developers and designers. So that's been really, really great and super helpful. And I would like to praise Surbi for just all of the work that she did last week on getting the marketing and growth proposal up for us to integrate into the DApp proposal as well. And I got a bunch more that I wrote, but that's my 3, and I'll pass it on to Lauren.
Thanks, Mitch. I want to praise you, Mitch, for taking on the lead of the DApp with just such force and fire, going through all the issues and coordinating things, bringing order to chaos, running the design sync, and following up with everybody. It's so amazing to see like all that love going into the DApp again. And I want to praise Amin, Tarek, Mitch, Mohammed, Mary Jaff, Monique for all the great work on getting optimism, give backs, and give power out. It's a lot of moving parts. So it's like it's just great to have a great team behind it. And I also want to praise the social media team, Amin, Steve, Algene, for just like so much work getting posts up on Instagram, on LinkedIn, in Tweet Hunter. And I just feel like we've really become a collaborative team. Whereas before, for a long time, I felt very lonely on doing all the social media stuff. Now it's just like there's this amazing team and they basically don't need me. So I'm super happy for that as well. And I will pass it to Danny. I bet I came in late, so maybe she went.
Yep, I did, but we can throw it over to J-Star.
Hey there. Well, this is my first community call, so I'm trying to get to grips with how things work over here. But I guess maybe I need to give 3 praises, but I can only give 1 today, and that's to Franco for inviting me. I'm hoping to share some information at the end of the community call on maybe how Giveth can utilize ETH staking for some public goods funding. So stay tuned for that one. But yeah, that's kind of it from me. Who's not gone yet?
See, how about Pedro?
Pedro, go.
Good morning, everyone. So my first praise goes to Jake for being an awesome lead and buddy on the fundraising front. To Franco for joining with all the nuance and impact on the OP Praise project. And to Ahmad on all the work we're doing together to revamp the grant services front. And I think someone couldn't join the audio. Oh, there you go. Giant can go then.
Ken, it looks like you're working on your audio. We can pass it over to Santi in the meantime, see if you can get here.
So Sanchi says that they cannot talk right now. But
oh,
yeah,
okay.
both can talk.
Oops, let me get screen back.
I think this is it then.
Yep, I think so too. So we're gonna go through these slides, and I'm looking ahead at them, and Mitch, when you look at the upcoming events and announcements slide, I think this is not updated. So I don't know if there's anyone on the call who wants to share about upcoming events and announcements that's not listed on the slide. Going. All right, let's keep going down
I
into the
can
work.
say something.
Oh,
I have one thing. You know, if you guys voted in Octant Epoch 0, you are eligible to claim 1,000 GLM tokens, and basically these will be used in future epochs to allocate rewards, and you'll also earn basically e-staking rewards. So you can go to octant.app, where Mitch is sharing right now, and connect your wallet. Connect the wallet that you use to vote with, and then you can claim 1,000 GLM. And if you want to use that 1,000 GLM to support Giveth in the future and also earn ETH rewards, you can just lock them up right away. They need to be locked for a full epoch in order to be eligible for voting. So anyway, super cool and super generous for them. So like, get that free GLM and go lock it, and it'll just like eventually be valuable for Giveth again. That's my announcement.
yay, thank you, Lauren. Okay, sliding on down, I think we're going to land on the communications working group. Almond, do you want to take it away?
Sure. Thanks, Annie. Yeah, so quick note for everyone in this call. We were talking about the Clockify time management for contributors in our last call. So please remember to be a little bit more specific when you add your hours to Clockify instead of adding communications. So remember to maybe add the hours of the working groups that you're contributing to. A recommendation from Mitch is that maybe it would be more efficient if you try to add your hours at the end of the day. So just a reminder for everyone in this call. And then public goods are good. Lauren had a great Twitter space with Shapeshift, which was one of our Quadratic Force members for our QF Alpha round. So check out this Twitter space in which Lauren gave a really, really cool review on what happened in the QF Alpha round and what's going on moving forward. So that's great. Check it out. And then we were analyzing some statistics in the next bullet of this slide, last call as well. And the numbers said that we're not really getting new users on the dApp. So this is something that we should point out, that 80% of our users are users that were already that donated before. So we really need to create strategies to bring new donors or to growth the amount of donations, as Danny was mentioning. So that's related to the next bullet of this slide, the marketing for the Giveth dApp proposal. So the proposal is up, including the marketing part for you to check it out, because we've been putting a lot of effort checking our analytics and then creating some strategies to tackle this. So go ahead and check it out and follow up this work, because it's very excited for the communication chapter moving forward. And then one quick announcement, the Gitcoin round 18 is coming. So this will start August 15, so in 5 days. Remember that we all put a lot of effort as Giveth, so we should prepare for that. And I'll be coordinating with the team to create some comms around the Gitcoin round 18, in which 1 million matching funds for core rounds will be happening. So yeah, that's it for today, and I'll pass it to the next working group, to Comunitas.
Yeah, I'm looking at who's here in the call, and I know Ashley is not here. Let's take a look at the update slide. Is there anybody here who feels educated to share some information here? It looks pretty outdated, but yeah.
There you go. So yeah, I can see here what we've been working on is kind of revamping the Telegram chat that we have. So we have a group that we don't really use that much right now. It has been like a little bit abandoned. So now we want to kind of transition from Discord a little bit to Telegram, which is a little bit more accessible for people, because our Discord can be a little bit confusing sometimes. I guess that the ambassador program is also happening. I think that Ashley's reviewing applications for the second season. So yeah, she's preparing for that. And there's a link there for the Meet the Makers that happened last week, I guess. I don't know if this is updated. It wasn't yesterday. and yeah, so yeah, those are the updates. Sorry.
Thank you for stepping in, Franco. Praise. Let's see, let's keep moving our way down. We're in now to the DAP working group. Look at that. There's a Mitch on this one.
Yeah, I could talk about that. You got something, Wonka?
Yeah, I just want to remind that all the community is invited to join our Graviton training on the Optimism Discord server. It's on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And today it will be late because we are having the same presentation done on Tuesday, but in an alternative time zone. And tomorrow the session is early, but we'll have a special guest. Tomorrow we'll have Durga Das talking. So he's someone really cool, and some of us know him. So it'd be really nice to join and support him. So yeah, just that.
What's this? Oh, here you go. He's got the reminder in the chat. DAP working group. What's DAPpening? So some stuff that we're working on. A few people mentioned it. Probably the most exciting one is the working group proposal. I threw this up 2 days ago, so whatever day that was, Tuesday. So there's a bunch of stuff here that's super important because a lot of people will end up doing work for the DAP within the core contributor crew. Basically, looking at this, I tried to identify 4 different goals that we should focus on. So, things like technical maintenance and scaling our DAP and making sure that we can handle all of these new users that we hope to get. As Alwyn mentioned, growing using marketing and communications is going to be a huge focus, definitely, at least for the next year. Improving our UX and integrating the best technology in Web3, and also working with our partners and grant opportunities to build out new stuff on the DAP. You can see there's going to be a lot of people, myself leading it. Monique's going to be a huge help in the support. Franco, Ashley, Nicola, Griff, Lauren, the whole development chapter, the design, communications, DevOps, there's going to be at least 30, 35 people, the whole crew, working on the DAP, because it is the main place where people come to use Giveth, is going to be checking out projects and making donations and making projects themselves. Looking at some deliverables and budgeting, you can see there's a couple different options here, all the things that we want to do. If we want to go big with the DAP, like all of the grow options, fixing it so Gnosis safes actually work with the DAP, launching marketing campaigns, doing a full test, improving our SEO, doing donor analytics, all the regular stuff. So like user support, listing projects, making sure our servers are running, making sure things are secure, and also working with partners to build out new features, like some of them that Jake hinted to in his praise. And then also some core metrics, like how much donations should we aim to get by the end of the season, and how many new verified projects should we shoot to get by the end of the season as well. And then obviously a lot of the stuff, the breakdown of our expected costs for the whole season. And then you can see there's a couple different iterations, the other option, sustain. Maybe we spend a little bit less and we cut some things from scope. And then as well, shrinking, so cutting a lot of things from scope to spend a lot less on the working group. So that went up there. I'd love some people just to check it out. It's a big proposal. And leave some comments or just give me a like. Apart from that, mostly this week we've been working on fixing some bugs, a lot of UX issues, especially on mobile, and things raised from Griff and Lauren and also from the users. Kind of some UX improvements, some things that I've been noticing and finally making issues for Ramin and Alireza to fix. And the biggest thing is our backend technical debts, which is just like, as we have been adding more and more issues and features to Giveth, our backend that handles our database and all that like important stuff there is just like a big tangled mess of spaghetti. So Carlos and Mohammed working on fixing a lot of that stuff and just clearing out some of the old clutter there. Some alpha. Some things we're kind of like secretly working on in the pipeline. We're talking with Solana, maybe integrating donations on Solana into the dApp. Who knows? Creating donation streams with Superfluid, some stuff on there. And again, as I mentioned, getting Gnosis safes to finally work on the dApp will be huge. So that's kind of the high level of what we're working on in the dApp. And I can pass it on to Lauren for the Give economy.
Yay! Amazing updates, Mitch. I'm so excited for all the work going on in the dApp. On the Give economy side of things, we normally have a sync on Wednesdays, but last week was our last Wednesday sync for the next 4 weeks. So we'll be resuming again calls on September 13th. So while I'm out, all the Give economy stuff that's like gonna be happening will be happening in the dApp working group and in the daily syncs. So that's a little FYI for you. And you can jump to the next slide and I'll give you this week's updates. Basically, the main things one very exciting thing is that we got the Sybil data back, like the Sybil analysis data back from Trusta Labs. So we have like 50 Sybil addresses that were found across the 5 chains that we support for donations, and also like one juicy story of a project trying to Sybil attack by donating to itself. So kind of exciting stuff, and I'm looking forward to going through the rest of that data and hopefully sending out the matching funds like later this week or early next week. We'll be sending out the funds to project after removing those Sybil attackers, and we kind of need to decide like also what punishments we will do. Maybe nothing, maybe something. So exciting news. And then the rest of the Give economy, we've been focusing a lot on this optimism, givebacks, and give power integration. So I've had some hiccups along the way, but we're going to be working on deploying the token distro on optimism so we can hopefully launch giveback sometime by the end of this week. Give power might take a little bit longer. Still working on some issues. Basically, it's like, we need to sum the give power on multiple different chains, and that creates implications for the way that boosting happens. So there's a bunch of issues that came out of our last Give economy call regarding optimism, givebacks, and give power. But that's just actively being worked on, and hopefully will launch within the next few weeks. Also, fun news, we got the incentives for that, add your optimism address and we're going to send you OP. They finally gave us the OP for it, so we can kickstart up that marketing campaign as well. And this will be really well timed with launching givebacks on optimism. It's like, add your optimism address, your donors will get givebacks on optimism. Also, you'll get optimism tokens. It's like a whole nice meme. And we're also getting OP from Optimism, and we'll be able to create a nice, juicy, big give OP LP on Optimism chains. So then when people are getting their givebacks on Optimism, there's going to be some liquidity for that give on Optimism. Fun stuff. Cow swap. We've met most of our deliverables on the cow swap side and kind of passed it off to them, and they're doing some tweaks, and they're going to come back to us and be like, okay, these are the things that we want to change. And then after that, we'll be kind of like doing a big announcement. So cow swap is almost finished as well. And I already mentioned about our call time being canceled until September 13th. That's all I have on the Give economy side. So I will pass it on to the fundraising working group.
And I am here, and definitely fun in fundraising. Come Mondays. It's usually late. My son is usually yelling in the background, but we have a lot of good times. So, next slide, please. Not much has changed since last week. We're still working towards our Gitcoin, which, as was already previously said, those rounds kick off on the 15th. So we want to get all our applications in. Optimism will be forever, basically, until we say it's not running anymore. But it's such a good mechanism for us. So we're going to keep going on that. Mantle is making some progress. I know Yaz got that one revamped and we got it over to the team and they're reviewing it. Super fluid. Mitch already spoke about that. Polygon, BNB, Ripple, those are some that are in the works. And Solana is getting closer and closer every day. Big wins is just really we finally received the crypto from OP and we have a little bit of an ice on ETC and Celo that's just waiting for our Swiss entity to be finalized, which could be any day that Jose gets back from vacation. Mitch, I lost you there on my slide, but that's all right. Opportunities coming up is we're going to start looking at base public nouns, Monad, Polkadots, MGD, and Artisan. Cloud Swap's already been spoken about a lot, and the rest we already kind of know. So a little bit slow right now for fundraising. Let's chalk it up to vacations and the summer heat. More to come next week. And I think it goes to design. Marco is swimming somewhere in Croatia, so I don't know who's taking that one.
I'll take it. So for design, we do not really have any updates for this week. Basically, we just focused on fixing a few UX issues and working on reorganizing the Figma file. Past to given our cycle, I don't know, it's taking DAO working group. Mitch, is that?
Yep. DAO Ops working group. We've got a couple different calls. We have a governance call that happens in a half an hour, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and 5:30 p.m. Central European. Biweekly syncs. We have a DAO Ops call. That's on Thursdays at 8 a.m. Biweekly. So that's the hour before this call, every other Thursday. So not this one, next one. And that's 4 p.m. Central European. Some updates. I'm going to wait until the DApp proposal passes. Then we're going to start working on our belated Q2 NR Give distribution. And once that's resolved, we can start distributing some of the vesting as well. There is an issue this morning with our multisig. This multisig is broken as hell because we tried to do this spooky thing where like you can get the same address on a different chain with the same multisig. So it's looking pretty broke, guys. I don't know. I'm going to spend some time fixing it because we can't even get tokens out of it. And so that's bad. Some stuff to check out here. Forum posts again mentioned the DApp working group proposal. There's another one up here, which is the Optimism Voting Badge Holder nomination. Because of, I think it was because of our work in Retro PGF, we're allowed to nominate, we're among top 50 recipients from Retro PGF 2. So we get to choose somebody to become a badge holder to vote in future Retro PGF rounds. So we're going to pick somebody from the Giveth Galaxy, either by snapshot or by pairwise, to nominate to receive this badge. So that's pretty cool. Shameless shill, vote for me, guys. We'll see. Apart from that, I don't think there's any notables in the forum. Nothing to vote on currently in our multi-sigs. In the token log, let's have a look. Let's see if it loads today. QF. Oh, we got to do some updates here, guys. QF, we smashed it. Maybe we need to make this into a new one for some post QF issues, but I think we did a really good job on this, and we can call it mission complete. Next things coming up, based on the votes here, we need to do give max on optimism, and then short on the heels, give power. This multi-sig compatibility is what I mentioned on the DAP, fixing it so Gnosis safes actually work with the Giveth DAP. What the heck's a Kubernetes? I have no idea still. Kai tried to explain it to me. I don't know, but it's here in the top 5. After that, project discussions, Giveth Analytics, Give-Fi, Giveth APIs, Giveth Pro, all this cool stuff here. Going down the list. If there's a feature here you guys want to see built, you can use your Give tokens on Gnosis chain to vote on these. This is the token log. We love to see votes on here so we get a good idea of what we should build next on Giveth. Moving on from there, DAO service announcements. Got something on your mind? Say it. Some review forms. If you want to review your fellow contributors within Giveth, you can use this contributor feedback form. Really helpful for when they have their buddy review calls. Self-review forms if you want to give feedback for yourself and for Giveth as an organization. And if you have a conflict, you can fill out this new form here. Gravity support request. So you could do that there. And I think Wonka posted in the chat actually the latest on the Graviton meetings in the Optimism Discord server. Last thing, if you know somebody who's looking for a job, we have a job board for Giveth and General Magic. So there's a bunch of different jobs there you can apply for. If you have any questions, just send a DM to Heather, and she can handle all of the hiring questions that you might have. Last thing I think to talk about is time off. Time off here, Griff is on half-time until the 11th of August, and then he's just going to be straight up gone until September 12th after that. Lauren is out August 14th to September 12th. Danny's out August 15th to September 8th. Kotabe is taking time off August 10th to 15th, and then again September 15th, and he'll be half-time on August 25th and September 5th. Ashley is gone until the 15th of August. Jake is taking off August 25th. Oh, what is that? August 25th August, I forget. I was supposed to something else put there. And then, yeah, August 25th to September 1st, the week there. I think that was supposed to be the 15th, Jake. Sorry, I screwed that up. 24, sorry. Live, taking time off. There we go. Okay. And then Kai's gone on August 11th and the 21st. So just make a mental note on those days. You can have a look in the team availability channel to get the most recent time off, and just be respectful when people are taking their time off. Don't be blowing up their DMs or, trying to call them on Telegram. Let them enjoy their time off in peace. And I think that's it. And I can pass it on to Franco for rewards.
Nope, that's Danny. I'll take it and I'll put my name there because I will be doing this for you guys going forward. All right, man, I got to tell you, running this call and hearing everything here, I know most of you, there's a bunch more people who have joined the call too. Welcome, Mateo and Miss Jean. I'm having some flashbacks, man, seeing your DAP slide of what's dappening and seeing the things getting quiet. Like, there's a lot of full circle activity happening for those of you who are new, just to know that this is really fun for me to come back and also see how we're coming full circle, especially because for me coming back and sharing with you the Rewards DAO, Rewards was my very first gig with Giveth back in 2017. Now we've got a brand new Rewards DAO, and I'm going to tell you what's happening with it. So as you all know, we begin this call giving our 3 top praise and typing it into the praise channel in Discord, because when you give thanks on Discord, Giveth gives give tokens to everybody. We got a team of quantifiers who takes a look at all of those praise, establishes some scores, and gives out give into your give stream. I want to call attention to the highest scored praise for this past month. Mitch praised Miss Jean for her amazing job interacting with the Impact Quest participants, and that was our highest scored praise for this past month, July. However, July is not yet complete. We're still quantifying the last 2 weeks of July. The month we are done with, which is really exciting, you guys. We are now quantifying the most recent periods of praise. We were all caught up from the years of backed up praise that we've been distributing. So what does our praise analysis look for the month of June? We had 959 praises given. I like that phrase too, by the way. So quantifiers scored those praises, came up with a total of 17,650. The top 3 gratitude givers for the month of June. Lauren, with a whopping 2,863, is by far and away the highest praise giver consistently. Hey guys, give her a run for her money. Get in there. Start giving some of that praise. Recognize the people who are helping you be awesome by being awesome. Jake follows up Lauren. His praise was a score of 1,337. And for the month of June, Frashell was in the 3rd spot at 1,192. I think it's really beautiful when you take a look at the fact that Lauren is the top praise receiver. Everybody really appreciates everything our amazing Lauren is doing. And she's also the top giver, because nobody can be at the top without a team of people all doing their awesome work. So thank you, Lauren, for recognizing everybody who helps you be so awesome. The other updates I want to give you, in the forum, we post every 2 weeks the next round, because the praise is distributed in 2-week periods. So just today, I hit the button on rounds 19 and 20. So everybody who got praise in the rounds 19 and 20, you've got it in your stream. Go hit the button and collect that. We also, let's see what else. You can see those votes if you click the link under rewards now. Round 21 is up for you to take a look at. Round 22 is up there for you to take a look at. That's April and May. And then what else? Our team is growing. So far, Franco, Nicola, and I were the ones doing these votes. We now have Kai and Ashley on the team, bringing us up to a fabulous 5. We're just finishing up quantification on the last 2 weeks of July, like I mentioned. If this sounds exciting to you, you can play too. Come be a quantifier, join the team, hit up Franco, he's our lead. That's what I've got to share with you today. I don't know if we have a community spotlight, you guys, because I just kind of jumped in and facilitated this call at the last minute. I'm taking a... Great. There it is. Take it away.
Hey. Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Is it possible to share my screen? I've got a quick presentation that I'd like to run through.
Yeah, take it.
Awesome. Huh. Okay, I need to quickly restart my Discord. I've just got a brand new laptop, so I need to give it access. I'll be back in 1 second.
No problem. We've got time.
I think this always happens.
Yeah.
Oh, can you see that actually? Has it worked?
I can see it.
I can see your Discord.
I can see your Discord. Yeah.
Okay, well that's better than nothing. Okay, I can work with this. 1 sec. Alrighty, so now you should see something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alrighty, yeah. Well, I'll keep it super brief. But yeah, so my name's Jordan Sutcliffe. I'm part of the core team at Stakewise. For those of you who are not aware, there's actually a slide on this. We're like Stakewise. We're one of the original liquid staking providers on Ethereum. We launched back in early 2021. A couple of metrics on screen for you there. But the key thing to mention here is that we're basically about to launch a major upgrade to Stakewise called Stakewise V3. And this has a lot of interesting use cases in this new protocol. Essentially, we're going to be letting anybody or any protocol utilize our infrastructure to launch their own staking pool. And so I'll quickly flick through what this might look like. But the idea I had for you guys is that this is a great way for entities like yourself to offer a staking solution, partner with node operators or solo stakers, and actually, offer quite a unique like staking solution, and have the capital and the revenues from that solution go to public goods funding. So rather entities like Lido DAO taking all the revenues, I'd like to start seeing the staking revenues actually go towards some public goods. So this is an opportunity for that. So quickly, like, what does Stakewise V3 look like? So essentially, it's a protocol that essentially consists of two layers. The first layer is what we call vaults. These are the unique staking pools in the ecosystem. We're going to allow hundreds, thousands of staking pools all to run in parallel. They can be created in a completely fully permissionless fashion. And vaults are effectively like a toolkit for running a staking pool. They give you everything you need to automate that solution. And then there's a second layer, which is OSETH, or a liquid staking token. And so this will be the main liquid staking token of Stakewise. And effectively, anybody who stakes within a pool in Stakewise can mint this token. And so it basically creates like a single layer of fungibility across the entire Stakewise ecosystem. So I can quickly dive into what each of these solutions look like, or these layers look like. And you can see I've given you guys a nice little Giveth staking pool there. So what vaults are, as I mentioned, a fully permissionless staking pool solution. So Giveth can create its own staking pool, brand it exactly as you guys wish. So you can call it Giveth staking. You can even have your own little token that people receive when they stake into the pool. So you can call it like Giveth ETH or whatever you want to do. It's a very customizable solution. You can specify the staking fees you want to charge. You can work with your preferred node operators, and essentially offer staking as a service under the Giveth umbrella, under the Giveth brand. My hope is that people who want to contribute to public goods funding can actually stake their ETH in a solution like this, rather than using other solutions. And so it's their way to actually stake their capital, but have the revenues that are generated go towards public goods. And our architecture basically fully automates the running of this solution. So once you launch your staking pool, it can receive delegations of any size. It automatically tokenizes the delegations. It automatically spins up validators. And it also automatically handles like the staking fee distribution. So as I mentioned, you guys can specify what staking fee you want to charge. Let's say you want to charge 10%. You can then specify, okay, let's say half of that goes towards the node operators that are helping run this solution. But the other half can go towards the Giveth treasury, and then can be split across partner protocols, not partner protocols, sorry, across projects or verified projects as part of the Giveth ecosystem. So that's kind of like the vaults layer. The key thing here is that it's very easy to do this. It might sound scary, like creating your own liquid staking pool, but hopefully we abstract away all the difficulty. It literally takes about 2 minutes to launch one of these solutions. And then once it's up and running, it's very much automated for you. And then, as I mentioned, because it is this staking pool will be part of the V3 ecosystem, Anybody who stakes into this pool can actually liquid stake as well, and they can do that by getting access or minting OS ETH. So I'm guessing people are very familiar with liquid staking, but just to like reiterate the benefits here, like liquid staking allows you to not only earn a staking yield on your Ether, but it allows you to access a token, which allows you to utilize the value of that staked capital in DeFi. So, for example, I could be a staker that comes to and stakes in the Giveth staking pool. Let's say I stake 10 Ether. I will then be allowed to mint about 9 OS ETH to go and access DeFi. And so I am contributing to public goods funding whilst also being able to go to DeFi and maybe just like borrow off Aave and do whatever. So this OS ETH layer is basically managed by Stakewise. So we provide the liquidity, we handle all the integrations. And so there's nothing that, Giveth needs to do, or any of the staking pools that, launch on this solution. They don't need to do anything essentially. They get the full benefits of this liquid staking token just by basically plugging into our ecosystem. So that is that. And I kind of gave a little bit of an example here. So the two obvious routes that I see for utilizing this kind of architecture is, I'm conscious you guys can receive donations in Ether. So maybe there's an avenue where those donations are staked, at least initially, until they're actually needed by the project itself. So that's a nice way to kind of boost the power of donations by having them staked first. And then the other thing, and I mentioned it earlier, is that because Giveth will be essentially offering staking as a service to anybody, and earning and generating revenues from that, those revenues can be directed however Giveth decides. And so I think what would be cool would be that the verified projects, and those revenues are actually directed to public goods funding. One of the key things of this solution is node operators. And so essentially, Giveth can decide who the node operators are for its own staking solution. And so we've got partners with a lot of different commercial node operators. There's some on the screen now, but there's also a whole bunch more to that list. But also effectively, anybody can be a node operator. And so what would be really cool is if solo stakers or small home stakers as part of the Giveth community, they could all be the node operators for this solution, or it could be a mixture of like home stakers and some commercial stakers. Either way, it's completely flexible, but it would be great if not only could this solution help with funding public goods, but it also helps decentralize the staking on Ethereum as well. And so doing that through home stakers, having home stakers be the node operators would be awesome. And so yeah, that's kind of it. I told you it would be short and sweet. This solution is launching at the end of this month. It's currently on testnet, so I'd certainly go check it out. But I'd kind of love to get the ball rolling, and because it's on testnet, we can basically test it out. So I'd love to get the ball rolling if there's interest. Create like Giveth liquid staking on testnet and work with some node operators to get the solution up and running on testnet, and then obviously if there's interest, then it'll be very easy to launch this on mainnet in the next couple of months. And so yeah, that's kind of it from me. Whistle stop tour. But yeah, let me know if there's any questions and if there's any interest, and maybe the best route to progress here. Like, I'm happy to post on the forums and see who might be interested.
Yeah, I would definitely write something up. I'm super interested in this. I think there's a few of us in the community that actually run home stakers. And I think Giveth or Griff was one of the founders of DAppNode, interesting enough. So yeah, we're pretty familiar with a lot of this stuff.
That's awesome. So yeah, like it'll be so easy to get a group of you guys together to be the node operators here, and we've actually got a partnership with DAppNode as well. So maybe there's a route for new home stakers from the community to get involved as well through DAppNode. Obviously, we think they're great. So yeah, I'll certainly write something up on the forum, and we can get a couple of operators grouping together.
Mm-hmm. Well, it would be interesting. I'm just talking to Lauren right now in DMs, but would be like somehow if we can put that little like stake button like somewhere, have it like on ours, because we have this sort of like a farm page that's not really used for anything anymore, and it'd be cool for like people to like stake their ETH into Stakewise, get that OS ETH, and we can even like give tokens or something in return for staking with us.
Yeah, absolutely. So
That'd be super cool.
yeah, no, for sure. That's completely possible. So Stakewise, we've obviously built our own UI out for this entire product, but the beauty of it is that effectively, you can use any front end on top of this. As long as the capital flows through your staking pool, you can absolutely do that. You can put a stake page on your own UI, and absolutely, so that's completely possible. For the OS ETH layer, you might need to direct people to the Stakewise page, at least initially, just to make for ease of integration. But that's, again, hopefully not a problem. The other thing you mentioned was the ability to distribute tokens, and that's also completely possible. So we allow anybody to add extra token incentives on top of their own staking solution. So whatever you guys want to distribute to your stakers, then you can do just that.
Cool. Well, I think forum post is the best next step, and then we can think about it and talk more and see what other people feel.
Awesome. That sounds good. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to let me speak today. And yeah, I'll certainly get a forum post up, and I'll shout about it when it's there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Sounds like Mitch and Lauren might be able to give you some feedback if needed on that forum post as you're getting that up there. Does anybody else on the call have any questions? All right, I think my battery's about to die. Well, I think that really brings us to the top of the hour and the end of our call, unless anybody has any burning questions or additional shares or announcements with these last few minutes. All right, it sounds like that's a wrap. Thanks everybody for joining us here for our community call. Thank you for this amazing presentation on different ways we can expand our staking, and take care. See you next time.
Thanks everyone.